So it's that time of year where you may be considering purchasing a Fire Stick and a little bit confused as to which one to get. Well, last year we did a comparison of all of the available Fire Sticks, and the good news is it's got a little bit easier. You don't have to now compare 4 different Fire Sticks. There are really just 3 Fire Sticks available. Now those Fire Sticks this year are the Fire Stick HD, the Fire TV Stick 4K, and the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. The Fire TV Stick HD came out this year, and the other 2 were last year, so there's just 3 to choose from. But which is the best one for you? Well, in my opinion, there really is only one choice, and that is the Fire TV Stick 4K Max, and this is my reasons. So when you compare the actual stats of all 3 Fire Sticks, you'll notice that the processor on the Fire TV Stick 4K Max is by far the fastest, and it's also got the largest operating memory along with the Fire TV Stick 4K. Now this is going to give you far smoother navigation through all of the different scenes. If you're using it for your smart home as well, then that's going to operate better. You'll find that your cameras will load quicker, and the general whole feel of the device will be far better. And believe me, I've tried all of the different Fire Sticks and it doesn't lag at all. It's very quick, and it's definitely something which we'd recommend. You'll also find that you can have more apps open and you don't need to close them in order for your operating system to run smoothly. Now, other things that can make a difference will be things like Wi-Fi 6E. If you've got a compatible router, then you'll get a better Wi-Fi connection. And this one has all of the main features of the top spec Fire TV Stick. It's got the live view picture-in-picture, it's got ambient experience, Dolby Vision, and also supports Dolby Atmos. So all of those things are there. And the key thing with this is that you're future-proofing yourself. So you may not need all of those things right now, but you might in the future. And so therefore, buy smart and buy once rather than keep on buying and updating. Another unique feature of the Fire TV Stick 4K Max is the fact that you get the enhanced remote control, and you don't really notice it until you start using it, but there's buttons on here which you'll use lots and lots, like the settings button, that you won't find on the other controllers. This is the ambient mode where you can have different screensavers running in the background. There's a few of them there. I certainly like the Fire, it's just really relaxing in the room. And you've got direct access to widgets which you can add or take away. There's around 5 or 6 that you can choose to have on there. You can have your smart home, your diary, you can have things like radio and different apps that you've last used. Now, the one thing that I like operating from this section is my smart home TV favorites. Oh, by the way, you can have this going in the middle of the screen or right at the bottom. It really depends on you. You can just scroll down and it will push it to the bottom, or you can scroll up and they'll be in the middle. This is the direct access to my cameras, and here I can go in and check all of my different cameras, and it works with various different camera brands. So I've got Ring cameras and I've got Eufy cameras, I've got Tapo devices as well, and all of those things will work with this live view. And you've got direct access to your other smart devices like sockets and lights. Another feature which I really like is the fact that you can go shopping, and shopping on this thing is actually really good. Here I bought a replacement toothbrush for my wife, and within seconds I saw the price, I saw what it was doing in terms of the features, and I then just bought it. And I'm recently looking at a new Mac Mini, so therefore I can go in, I can read all about it, scroll down, get all of the information just from the comfort of your chair. And if you do fancy buying it, well then you can just add it to your basket or click buy now. It is one of those things which you don't really think about too much, but I'm always looking on the TV at shopping items from Amazon. It's really very convenient. There's obviously the usual things like the weather that you can bring up, and you've got access to loads of different games. So if you want to try and beat my score at Crossy Road, well then I got something like 76 or something. I'm sure he's probably got thousands on here, but I just kept on getting run over. So the Max is definitely my choice. One of the main reasons is the fact that it's the only one that I've noticed that doesn't lag at all. Everything loads quickly and it just works. Here's a reminder of the main differences between the 3 different devices. Now, I would rule out the Fire TV Stick purely because it's only got 1080p, and so even if you haven't got a 4K TV at the moment, you might do in the future, and so therefore why buy twice? It hasn't got access to features like live view, picture-in-picture, and the ambient experience, and I do use those features all of the time. And it obviously hasn't got things like Dolby Vision, and with all of the streaming apps now, that is something which most of the TVs that are available in the last couple of years support, and certainly if you're looking at replacing your TV in the next few years, well then that is something which is going to support as well. So that's that one gone. So what about the Fire TV Stick 4K? Well, the main reason why I'm not recommending that is that I did find that there were times when it did lag. And so therefore that was just frustrating. Things loading slowly and the navigation between different applications was definitely a lot worse. And so therefore that's something which I just can't really deal with. And so for the difference in price, I definitely think the Fire TV Stick 4K Max is worth that little bit extra. And finally, guys, I think it's about future-proofing. The new features that will be coming out in the next year or two are very much likely to be able to work on the Fire TV Stick 4K Max because it's got the extra memory and it's got the better processor, and we can't say the same for the other two. At the time of doing this video, the Fire TV Stick Lite and the Fire TV Stick are still both available to purchase, and they're the two on the left. So if you do want to know more about those two devices, and you think that they'll be enough for you, well then check out the video link which has come up on the screen and in the description, because that's the video that I did last year. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next.